Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to go look at the CZ75D Compact, basically the clone of the Czech police gun. It is one of the original Wunder 9s. It actually predates the first Glock 17 by nearly 10 years, if the internet is correct. It is a polymer frame, metal slide, double stack 9mm. It's a single double action. It has little tiny little bitty sights and just fits a vibe. Feels pretty good. CZs now are more commonly used in like competitive shooting. I do know they have like the SP1 or O1 carry. That honestly looks pretty exciting, but I haven't had a chance to touch one of those. The CZ Shadows and Shadow 2s that I see at USPSA are nice, and the guys shoot great with them. So definitely interested to see if there's some of that competitive shooting DNA heritage from this remake of the older gun. Like I said, this is a single double action hammer fired. It's windy. One of the interesting quirks about it is it has a decocker for your safety, and you push down on it and it goes, and okay, there, I got it to go. But you'll hit it and it doesn't decock. You don't want to push it too far because you don't want to break it, but you have to go all the way down and then just a bit more and that will decock. So one of the other interesting things about the gun is with a fully loaded mag, when you insert it and you hit the mag release, it sometimes comes out, depending on how clean it is. And it definitely won't come out if it is empty. There is actually a little bar back here that stops the mag from dropping out, and you physically have to remove the mag. But sometimes if temperatures are right and it's super clean, you hit the mag release on a full mag, the mag pops out. But with an empty mag, it doesn't pop out. I guess they were going for liability, but I don't know. Anymore of this day and age, that's not something we'd do. So just kind of interesting. The guy I bought it from actually thought it was broken, thought he had the wrong mags. So I think maybe that's why I got such a good price on it. But just a little internet search, you can replace that piece for like 5, 10, 15 bucks, and it just lets the mag slide right out. It is not the grips, although the grips can cause problems. It usually isn't the grips. Usually it's that factory little holding piece that keeps the mag from coming out freely. All right, so how does it shoot? Well, it shoots like a double stack 9mm single double action. Very reminiscent to me of like the Beretta 92, probably because that's the only other single double action gun that I've actually ever spent some time with. Mine did have a safety on it, not a decocker, so this is my first decocker gun, which is kind of fun just to play with. But that initial pull is long and hard, and then all the shots after that are nice and crisp. And honestly, if you're not used to it, it's very confusing. So going from the decocker, quite a long pull, reset, bam. So after you get to that single action, it's good. It's just you have to train yourself with single double, which I am not trained. So my first shot is always crap, and then my second shot's good. Point in case, move in there. So that first shot is the wild one, and then the second shot is the one that's pretty close. I'm at 7 yards. It's just I suck at shooting. We're gonna do the standard bill drill, see what we get. Hopefully I just don't embarrass myself, but I have not dry fired or really tried any competition shooting for a while, so my skills are lacking. Also, I'm just using a random holster, so I'll be a little gingerly about pulling it out. But luckily this isn't a 320, so we should be good there. Well, that wasn't a bill drill. What training I have been doing has been with 2011, so I went instinctively for the safety, and the safety wasn't there. So train on what you're gonna shoot. Don't be a YouTube idiot. .274, the equivalent to 1 Delta. Decocked. All right, I'm gonna try again this time. I'm gonna go for a little closer to 2, not as far from 3. We'll see. That was 5, 225. Alrighty, now we'll see how fast it is to reload. .361. Once again, super slow, but that is because the mags don't drop out. They're not designed to drop out. I'd have to change that. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been busy. I have a life, believe it or not. So one of the things to think about, if you do want to carry this and you are going to carry an extra magazine with you, just understand that you're not going to have that magazine drop out. You're going to have to strip it, so train for it, or spend the 15 bucks and replace that little piece on the inside so it does drop out if you're going to carry, you know, like a sidecar or one in your pocket. I do find some of the features interesting. We have a loaded chamber indicator on top, so as you can see there. And then now it is not loaded. We're flat, we're good to go. So the feel of the gun is actually pretty good. I have no problems with it. Matter of fact, before I've shot it, I picked it up. I really enjoyed it. The rubber grips are great when you're at the store and you're just feeling it. They feel good. Once you shoot with them a little bit, honestly, I don't like the give. I know it's just a small amount of give, but it is noticeable, at least for me. The grip is good sometimes. Honestly, I think I'd rather have a harder material for the grips and maybe as aggressive or a little more aggressive. That's just kind of what I want. As a concealed carry gun, because this is the compact, I get it, it makes sense. But that I would change out, and I'd also change out the little magazine release like spring bar thing that's in there. And then it is iron sights, and they are concealed carry iron sights. So they're gonna be very streamlined. These ones are glow in the dark, or at least allegedly glow in the dark. I don't know if they're actually glow in the dark, but they're painted glow in the dark, but they're small. I mean, it's a concealed carry style iron sight. And originally I thought, you know, iron sights, I can shoot iron sight. I've shot iron sights a lot. I've just been spoiled with everything all my pistols having red dots on them, and there really is no comparison. And if somebody would say, oh, your dot can fail, yeah, your gun can fail, your sights can come off too. And honestly, I hate to use the term point shooting, but if you train enough, you know where the bullet's going up to a certain thing. You can hit a an IPSC target no problem at 10 yards away. So it's just nice having the red dot there to confirm your sight picture. That being said, it does make it a little smaller. You can't put a flashlight on this because, once again, this is kind of retro. It's the 70s, 80s version when you didn't put mag lights on pistols. I've waffled back and forth because honestly, it's a little bit smaller than the Glock 19. It feels really good. It's got a good angle. The natural point of aim is there, right? It doesn't have a safety, but my Glock doesn't have safety. It has a decock, which is nearly a safety. I mean, that was kind of the carryover from the revolvers to get police to go to, double stack 9mm. So decock it, and it comes all the way out. I mean, that's a pretty long pull. Now, when you decock it, or once it's cocked and ready to go, not decocked, I mean, it is crisp, sharp. I'd like a little bit more of a wall, but I'm being pedantic there. Kind of waffled on this because in the store it felt great, and I thought this would be a great replacement to my 43X, something a little bit bigger, more rounds, easier to shoot. However, as the more I shoot it, I realize I'm just not used to a single double action pistol. And while I could train that out, it also doesn't have an optics cut. This one you can't put a light on. So, and it's about the size of a Glock 19, but it doesn't make sense. And I was going to recommend it, I wasn't going to recommend it, and I was going to carry it, and I wasn't going to carry it. And honestly, it's a cool piece of kind of history. Cool that you can get a retro gun. They're good on the used market. I think I would be interested to try the newer concealed versions, but this one I wouldn't daily conceal. I would stick with my Glock 43X. Not a reliability thing, just kind of the technology and how it's moved forward. I think I would stick with my Glock 43 versus this. Hey, let me know what you think about the CZ Shadow 75D compact. Would you rock it, or would you just go with something newer? If they're the same price, obviously, I'd go something newer. But for the price, you can pick these up on the used market. They're hard to beat. Especially, I would even say as a first gun, if you just didn't want to get a Glock, you'd probably be fine with this. But it's hard to go against Glock. They're just so good. But get down there. Let me know what you think about it. What you have for lunch. Don't forget to like and subscribe so I can keep doing this. And hopefully you guys can understand the audio through the wind.